I've been with Coleman Consulting Group now for 20 years, and over those 20 years, I've always made an effort to try to stay ahead of our game and to try to develop new technology, develop new ideas, new concepts, but also try to find different ways that companies just don't realize they're spending money or potentially spending money. You know, one of the biggest challenges we've found in the last couple of years is that companies are actually underpaying their employees, and they don't even know about it. And it has to do with their time and attendance system. And they're actually violating Fair Labor Standards Act, the way a lot of time and attendance systems all across the country are being set up. Well, you know, I don't think you can really blame anybody. It was like I said, people just don't know that it's happening. Certainly, you know, time and attendance systems are implemented by software vendors, but they're not responsible for the employees. Ultimately, the company is, and ultimately the company is responsible for whatever they implement, and they're just not aware of it. I think a lot of times they rely on the implementer to give them advice, but the implementer is only going to implement what they're told to implement. So, you know, it's really a difficult problem to find. We only found it within the last 2 or 3 years because we have a very deep analytical process where we look at individual time and attendance, clock in and clock outs from every employee when we work on a project, when we start to design schedules. It's the only way to design really good schedules. And unless you do that sort of detailed analysis, you won't know which employees or how often or to what extent they're underpaid or even overpaid. Because on average, we're seeing that when employees are underpaid, it's about $400 a year per employee. You multiply that by however many employees the company has, and that's a liability that stays on their books for 2 or 3 years. Because if an employee files suit for back pay because they've been underpaid, the employer has to look back 2 to 3 years to resolve that issue. Certainly feel free that any client out there, a potential client, or any company feels they have an issue, they can actually call us up, and we'd be happy to do a free consultation. In about 15 minutes with the right questions, we can figure out if this problem actually exists.